conditioning is a type of learning in which the frequency of a behavior depends on the consequence that follows that behavior. Here we are going to operantly condition our subject, fellow student Bren, to jump over Jay leapfrog style. The subject, Bren, does not know what we want him to do. In this task, we will be teaching with reinforcement instead of punishment, because reinforcement another time, while punishment only decreases the chance that a certain behavior will be repeated, but it doesn't take away the desire to do that behavior. Reinforcement through reward creates the desire to do the behavior again. We are going to use a combination of positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. First, we will use positive reinforcement to lead Bren to Jay by leaving a trail of candy from the starting point to Jay. Then there will be a gap between Jay and the rest of the bag of candy. Jay has been instructed to prevent Bren from passing by him to get the candy in any other way than leapfrogging over Jay's back. This prevention on Jay's part is the negative reinforcement by taking away his choices to pass except by leapfrogging. Because we are trying to get him to perform an action that he does not know of. We will shape, obviously he has leapfrogged before, but not in this exact situation. We will shape his behavior by leading him with pieces of candy and restricting his options to get to the rest. This is similar to Skinner's pigeon experiment when he trained the pigeons to turn left by using food. As you can see, we have operantly conditioned Bren to leapfrog over Jay to get the candy. We have asked each subject to rank their aggression level to 10. My aggression here is defined as harming others either physically or verbally for any reason.
My score is 3 out of 10.
Mine's 8 out of 10.
Please write down your 3 favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. We will then analyze their answers with respect to their aggression scores. Hopefully we will see some correlation between the subject's aggression levels and the amount of violence they're exposed to. This study relates to Bandura's follow-up research to the Bobo Dolls experiment.
The Bobo Dolls experiment exposed children to violence, and then not the young children imitated the violence that they was correct. Children, especially boys, were more prone to imitate aggressive behavior when it is present to them by an adult, a role model.
Since this was an experiment, they could publish actual results. Had it been a study, nothing could be said for sure because correlation does not prove causation. Further studies were done afterwards dealing with violence through film, but not conclusive was not an experiment.
Please show each of your 3 lists. Can you state them out loud?
TV shows, Grey's Anatomy, Scrubs, Lost, video games, Mario, Skate, and Zelda. In my movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, Finding Nemo, and Remember the Titans.
My favorite TV shows are The Ultimate Fighting Championship because it's raw. Sopranos, lots of violence, and Scared because it hurts when they fall down. Games, Call of Duty, Halo, and True Crime. I love to kill people. And my movies are the Saw series, American Gangster, and Kill Bill volumes.
This study deals with observational learning. Observational learning, also called social learning theory, when an observer's behavior changes after viewing the behavior of a model. An observer's behavior can be affected by the positive or negative consequences called vicarious reinforcement or vicarious punishment of a role model's behavior. We are analyzing the connections between a subject's aggression level and what their visual influences are. If there is a connection, then it suggests that vicarious learning could be occurring. Vicarious occurs when a person observes the reinforcements received by others contingent on their actions and translates that to their own life.
My aggression level is low, and the shows and games that I watch tend to have lower amounts of violence, where words are used more than actual physical violence. This makes sense because when I got mad, I tend to use more verbal aggression than physical.
After looking at my choices, it seems that a lot of my shows have to do with physical violence. When I get mad, I tend to use more physical violence than yelling. I hit first and ask questions later.
As you can see, there is a definite trend between the level of aggression that is available in the subject's life and how high their aggression levels are. The supporting is a form of learning where individuals ascertain how to act or perform by observing another individual. Our two subjects appear to be modeling after what they are visually exposed to do in their lives. However, these results can't be taken as fact because, of course, correlation does not prove causation.
Since my previous digestion experiment was a disaster, I am going to attempt to classically condition this dog to drool every time I ring this bell. To do this, I will pair a neutral stimulus with the unconditioned stimulus, food. A theory is that a few repetitions with the pairing food with the bell, the dog will acquire the ability to drool just as the sound of the bell.
So you mean, Pavlov, that the unconditioned response and neutral stimulus will become the conditioned response to the conditioned stimulus?
But if we stop pairing the food with the and just consistently ring the bell, then the conditioned response will become extinct, and the dog will no longer drool at the sound of the bell.
The dog will experience spontaneous recovery, though, if we begin to pair the neutral stimulus, the bell, with the food. He will then begin to drool at the sound of the bell again, because he's already acquired that stimulus in the response pairing before.
If we try different types of bell noises, the dog will still drool because he is using the conditioned stimulus of the bell to all bells.
But if we try to use a different type of tone, like a cell ringtone, it won't salivate because it discriminates between the sounds.
We have classically conditioned this dog to respond to stimulus to produce a conditioned response. The bell rings and the dog drools.
That's so